The combat fighters of the Roxanne Corps are on an exercise this morning. But this is the kind of thing they've already experienced for real in the Syrian civil war. The young women belong to one of the Kurdish people's defense units. Here they're practicing how to ambush an enemy fighter. The Kurds' main enemies in this war are Islamists linked to Al-Qaeda. They show no mercy to these enemies.
We take no prisoners. We eliminate them because they could have a bomb and blow us up along with themselves.
Kitchen duty. Amagi is one of 35 women who live together here as if it were a military barracks.
Ordinary girls have no value in our society, but as fighters we're respected. That's the difference between us and the other women.
Choosing to fight and join the Kurdish PYD party means consciously choosing a life without a husband, children, or family. You're either totally in or totally out. They tell us women's lives here consist of cooking, having children, and cleaning. Any man can tell a woman what to do. These women believe their weapons make the difference. Female fighters are free. Until the revolution began 3 years ago, Kurds had few rights in Syria. The Assad regime discriminated systematically against them. But they've since seized their rights. Kurdish lessons were unthinkable in Syria before 2011.
Here with my comrades, I'm happy, but I'm even happier at the front when I'm fighting.
When we see our comrades fall in battle next to us, it makes us stronger. We're not afraid.
They never forget their fallen comrades, like Roxanne, who gave the Corps its name. She was still here a few months ago until a fateful battle.
Roxanne was the only one left holding the post. We had to withdraw. She took a grenade in her hand and pulled the pin and blew herself up to cover her comrades' retreat.
They tell us 50,000 Syrian Kurds are willing to take up arms. Admittedly, we can't verify that. A male soldier tells us it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, that both fight side by side. Roxanne sacrificed her life. In the ideology of martyrdom, it's a morally superior deed. Almost all the young women carry a bullet with them for their final day. Being taken prisoner is out of the question.
They'd do the most awful things to me if they captured me, torture and worse. That's why I'd rather kill myself than fall into their hands.
The armed opposition says the Kurds are on Assad's side. And it's true that his air force has not bombed the Kurdish territories in the north as it has Aleppo and Homs. But Assad has few friends among the Kurds. They say they'll fight against anyone who attacks them, including Assad. We've arrived at an outpost. The People's Defense units are guarding the borders of the Kurdish area. This is Dalila. When she joined the Female Defense Corps, she was still a minor. At first, she wasn't allowed to bear arms or even train with them. The Kurds don't want any child soldiers. Dalila has only lately been allowed to stand guard here. Until recently, there were still battles here and deaths, or martyrs. Over there were the Free Syrian Army and Al-Qaeda. Since the two groups have become enemies, the Islamists have disappeared and things are quieter. But no one knows if it'll stay that way.
I'm not afraid of death. Whatever our enemies want, let them come. They want to frighten us, but I'm not scared. Why should I be?
When a fighter is buried, the Kurds call Shahid Nomare, the martyr lives on. That tribute was also paid to Zara's brother. The Kurdish fighters are willing to sacrifice themselves completely. For them, it's about something they think is worth losing your life for, their homeland. And for the women, it's also about self-determination.
When I joined the party, I learned the real meaning of equality. Women can defend themselves and go to war. That's real liberty for a woman. She can do anything she wants.
Syria is engulfed in war. Islamists, Al-Qaeda, the Free Syrian Army, Kurds, and Assad's troops are all fighting, sometimes with and sometimes against each other. And with every death, the hatred grows. But the commander believes Syria still has a future.
Syrians have to be able to forgive each other. Otherwise, how can we live together? But to do that, we need very big hearts. We don't want any more bloodshed.
Young women who dance, laugh, and talk a lot about liberty and death, and say they're not afraid of losing their lives. One of them says her story is not over, and that she's destined to live. Let's hope she's right.